start off, Markus, thank you very much indeed for joining us today to talk about how things are with Theegarten-Pactec in relation to ProSweets. And yes, a pleasure to catch up with you again, Markus.
Thank you very much. No, pleasure to be with you.
Excellent. Well, if I could please start by asking you about how the business has been coping with the pandemic over the past 18 months to 2 years.
Oh, sure. So yeah, I think as for every company, the pandemic has also been challenging for Theegarten. We have, of course, seen a bit of uncertainty in the market in terms of ordering new equipment for taking new investment decisions. Overall, so we had a bit of a slowdown in production. Nothing too harmful, but still. I mean, not the best situation after 10 years of continuous growth. But well, same as for everyone in the industry. Overall, so far we have coped quite well. The order intake this year was hugely better than it was last year. So this has been overcome a bit. Now we are facing again, like everybody in the world, probably with a shortage in material supply, especially electronic components, which are difficult to source worldwide. This, of course, has an effect on on-time deliveries. Luckily, all our customers face similar issues, so they all understand. So these are the major impacts. Besides, of course, travel restrictions. In our business, acting globally, traveling is essential. So this was also a bit of a blocker over the past 18 months. But yeah, as we touched base already. First exhibitions have been starting. Gulfood in Dubai was really good, very well attended. Similar things I have heard from my people visiting Agropodmarsh in Russia, also well attended. And even the Pack Expo in Las Vegas seem to be quite well attended. So everything is moving the right direction, I would say.
Good. I'm very pleased to hear that. And did you have to put many special measures in place to tackle the physical challenges of being in the pandemic in the factory itself?
Of course, yes. I mean, according to the German law, we had to put a lot of measurements, a lot of security measurements and hygiene measurements into place, starting from of course, disinfection points all over the place, wearing masks in the whole company, reducing the amount of people sitting together in offices, using home office or mobile work, so allowing people to work from home, for example. These were things which were taken up. And now, since incidences are fairly high at the moment, even daily testing for our employees which are not vaccinated yet is on the agenda. Yes, if you look at the incident numbers all over Germany, you will see that Saxony, so the southeastern part of Germany we are at, is quite heavily hit, which has to do with well, a certain skepsis our fellow people here in the region have towards vaccination. Probably, I don't know. So the vaccination rate is a bit lower here than it is in the rest of Germany. Then we are, of course, close to the Czech border. So also infection sweep and Polish border. So infections swept over from there with commuting people. But overall, yeah, it's not a brilliant situation. We have a lockdown here. So at the moment in Saxony, you have to stay inside your flat from 8 p.m. I think to 6 a.m. in the morning.
It sounds as if, from what you're saying, the Autobook has been strong. Has it been the case that there have been particular types of machinery that have been especially popular during the pandemic?
I wouldn't go that far. So no, it's the pandemic doesn't have a direct impact, or the virus doesn't have a direct impact on the sort of packaging our customers are looking for. No, but activities have been quite strong in the African region, surprisingly. So a lot of orders coming from again from the African region, quite some from Turkey and Middle East. So these regions. A bit from the US, a bit from Eastern Europe. So yeah, you can't really but Africa is standing out a bit at the moment.
That's interesting, and I'm sure that came through at Gulfood. Was that the case? That there seemed to be some strong interest from customers there?
Also there, but also before that already. So Africa is always a quite strong market for us, and this more or less continued over the pandemic. Yeah, with some up and downs, but overall activity was always there.
Yeah, obviously we've got ISM and ProSweets on the horizon. And how significant do you believe these shows are going to be?
Of course, I hope they will be terrific. With the 2-day situation of the pandemic in Germany, I feel a bit uncomfortable at the moment. But let's see how things develop. Let's look forward and be positive. So I think if incidences come down and travel restrictions are not that hard, then it will probably be a fantastic show.
And I understand that you're going to be launching a new system or an upgraded system of CHS packaging line. Can you explain about the merits of that? Thank you.
Of course. So the CHS is actually a complete new development from Theegarten-Pactec, which was literally originally planned to be launched last Interpac, which unfortunately couldn't happen due to the pandemic. So now we are first time showing the CHA to the public on ProSweets. At least that's the plan for the moment. CHS is a modular, high-speed chocolate system, so a system to wrap chocolates, small chocolate articles in various formats and various packaging styles. Successor of some of our existing machines. That's a bit the plan. Well, with this more time due to the pandemic, we have finished our industrial testing, so the machine is absolutely ready for the market. Is in operation in the first companies already, and luckily, and we are happy to announce that it has been proven really good, and the customers using it are very, very happy with it.
Great, and it'll be another chance, as you're saying, for you to engage with all your customers directly, which you've started to do at Gulfood there. How important do you think, in your eyes, is it that you actually directly meet customers rather than just trying to do things over Zoom like this?
I think honestly, the personal contact and even having a dinner or a beer at the end of the day together, and it's just more personal. It's different from looking through a camera onto a monitor. Of course, this also suits the purpose, same as we do at this very moment. But doing it in real life, and it's a different thing. So I don't think that this will be a major impact of the pandemic, that we do all our business via Zoom in the future. Yeah. So now there will hopefully be room for personal meetings in future again.
Absolutely. And just turning to general market trends that you've seen in terms of confectionery yourself, have you noticed that there are any outstanding trends that are catching your eye at the moment?
Yeah, well, of course, there's always some sort of movement. I mean, the major trend over the past years has been sustainability of packaging and packaging materials, of course. So this was also a very strong focus of our development, using cellulose or paper-based materials for high-speed wrapping of confectionery articles, still in various wrapping styles. So we have come up with solutions for flow wrap, for fold wrap, of course, no matter if this is a chocolate finger or a small chocolate praline. We have come up with solutions also for double twist in paper, or let's say paper-based materials. Yeah, they are never purely paper, of course, but to a very, very high degree, of course.
Great. And on the equipment front as well, you've been very much involved with robotics in terms of the division picking system. Can you explain how well that's been received by the market?
Yeah, this was one of the other interesting developments which we had on the agenda, especially in the field of seasonal products. We more and more are asked by our customers to have odd shapes or difficult shapes, especially in the chocolate field. to be wrapped with difficult shapes, like, I don't know, a teddy bear, Easter bunny, a heart or star-shaped chocolate product. You of course come to a point where feeding in the traditional way we are aligning on conveyors gets difficult, and that's where exactly vision picking has huge advantages, because you still can feed high-speed machines at very high speed with very good efficiency. That's why we took this task and developed our own vision picking feeding system.
Situation there. Congratulations are due regarding the appointment to becoming president of the Interpac committee there. Can you tell me how much that means to you on a personal level?
Oh, it's an honor, of course. I'm sure we have talked about that in the past. I'm of course closely related to Interpac and Messe Düsseldorf for many years. I have been the vice president for some years. The Interpac was was not founded, but one of the founders of Interpac was my grandfather. So of course there's a personal touch to it. My father has been president of Interpac in years before, so it is a good tradition. Really, I'm stepping in there. No, and I'm looking forward, especially after having missed the last Interpac. The next Interpac, of course, will be a huge welcome back to Düsseldorf, and no, everybody is really keen on that. And preparation, I can tell you, have already started big time.
Next year, how optimistic are you that there will be a continued recovery in the general market?
Well, it's a bit the glass ball at the moment, but indeed, I'm quite confident that the markets will sooner or later recover. The big question is still the supply chain at the moment. Not too many people are very optimistic that everything will be sorted out next year. It will probably take a bit longer, but overall, I mean, we have to move in the right direction again worldwide, despite all the conflicts we are facing at the moment worldwide, which might have an impact. But I think in general, the way forward still looks promising.
Sorry, I should just ask about other equipment developments. You're probably holding some key announcements back for Interpac, but are you anticipating there'll be new machinery coming forward in the next year to 18 months for the company?
Yes.
Oh, no,
yes, they are.
Excellent.
No, nothing I want to share at this stage, but yes, of course. There, I mean, just here behind me, there are 90 highly innovative people sitting there, scratching their heads all day to come up with good and new solutions, and of course, that's part of the job. So yes, also for Interpac, there will be interesting innovation to be seen in hall number 1 on the Theegarten booth.